6:44. Are you awake? Are you ready? Are you thinking about it? I feel like you've had your coffee. I've had my coffee. So I am super excited to get started. Now, Ron, thank you so much for setting this session up so nicely. I heard so many amazing comments that the members on this Zoom meeting, part of this summit, are looking to complete their path, obtain their DTM, maybe serve as district leader. You're looking for personal growth, to learn, personal development, to become a better leader. You're looking for new challenges, and then I love this one, you're looking for intentional growth. Well, guess what? You can have this opportunity if you decide to take on the district leadership role. But first, I want to talk a little bit about you and find out a little bit more. So Ron talked a little bit about my leadership journey and where I'm going to go with my next steps now that I've finished being a district director and all of those different kinds of roles and working on being the immediate past district director. But I'd like to hear from you. What is the next step in your leadership journey? And you can put it in the chat. And if you feel brave enough, you want to come off mute and let us know what's the next step in your leadership journey. Oh, division director. Yes, chat. Okay, I'm writing that down. I got some DTMs. Yes. Does anyone want to come off mute and talk about the next step in their leadership journey? I got, an area director. I see, Katrina, did you unmute yourself? Are you ready?
Yes. I unmuted. I'm going to ask a question though, because I'm learning my next steps. Can I skip club growth director, or do I have to go in that order? Can I say my next step is program quality when Tanisha moves out of that spot? I don't want to do PR. Do I have to go in the order if I've seen my recent leaders go in? Because that's not the order I desire to go in.
That is a great question. Officially, you do not have to go in that order. We have encouraged succession planning and going through those steps, but you do not have to go through that order. So I'm putting your name down too. Okay. I got a lot of names. Yolanda said, wait a minute. Okay.
Yolanda, you got to skip somewhere else. You told me as my mentor, you're going as the division director. You and Tanisha have to fight over that order. I'm shaking up the joint.
This is fantastic. So we have a lot of people that are eager to move forward with their leadership journey. And I want to pull up my PowerPoint here because I would like to talk a little bit about the foundations of district leadership. And I heard we have a lot of newer members that are part of our district and taking part in this summit. And so I want to give a little bit of background and foundation of Toastmasters and what all this means. So let me bring this up. Can you see it? You got it?
Says it's starting.
Okay, it's starting. I think it's frozen. Okay, I think I froze for a minute. All right. Awesome. So we talked about the next step in the leadership journey. I want to bring your attention before we start talking about what makes up the Toastmasters world. Bring your attention to the Toastmasters promise. Now, you may or may not have recited this promise. Someone may have told you about this promise. Someone may have signed you up and didn't tell you about this promise at all. You didn't know you were committing to this promise, but you have committed to this promise by being a Toastmaster member. You have made a commitment to your club, to yourself, and to your fellow Toastmasters. And it lists here some of the things that you have promised to do: attending club meetings regularly, preparing your projects, fulfilling your meeting assignments, providing evaluations, helping to maintain that positive environment, that supportive environment. The next one says to serve my club as an officer when called upon to do so. And I want to extend that just a little bit to say that you could also say it could be to serve my district as an officer when called upon to do so. So I'm going to take a little liberty with the Toastmasters promise and say that to move forward in your communication and leadership journey, you may serve as a district officer when called upon to do so. I also want to say that maybe you have some members in your club. So I know you all belong to clubs here. You may have some members that you may want to nominate to serve as an officer in the district. I will start with my story, a little bit about my story. I didn't know I promised all of this. And so when I was called upon to serve as a club officer, I said, oh, okay, well, I can do that. And then I was called upon to serve as a district officer to become an area director. And I will admit, it took a little bit of nudging, okay, maybe a lot of nudging, but really what it was is that my fellow Toastmasters and Toastmasters members saw something in me, and they knew that I could contribute to the district. They knew that I was looking for personal development and personal growth. They knew that I was trying to make sure I adhere to all of the aspects of the Toastmasters promise. They knew that I was making sure that I was acting within what is mentioned, the Toastmasters core values of integrity, respect, service, and excellence. They knew that I could do it. And maybe I didn't quite know that quite so much, but I had the Cindy Cannons and the Natanya Walkers and the Dwight Joneses and the Lana McFarlands who were here behind me, supporting me, and letting me know that I could move forward. And so I wanted to put that in there as we look at the Toastmasters promise and as we move forward through this session. You may see something in yourself. You may see something in a fellow club member, and you may want to move forward in that leadership journey in this way. And so I'll talk a little bit, this is the details, especially for those that are tactical leaders and you like details and you want to know where you fit in the world. As a Toastmasters member, it says you're the heart and the foundation of Toastmasters International. I mean, we wouldn't have Toastmasters if we didn't have our Toastmasters members. And this chart shows the different levels. So you go from members and you are part of a club. In District 44, we have about 130 clubs. In the Toastmasters world, did you know that there are about 14,000 clubs? So you are part of a global organization. But now that's a lot. And even in our district, that's a lot of clubs to be able, for our district leaders to be able to help, support. And so clubs are organized into areas. And this is where the area director role comes in. And areas are organized into divisions to make that piece a little bit more manageable. And the division director role is another opportunity. We talk a lot about districts. We have a district director, we have other district officers. And so each club area division rolls up into the district. And in case you didn't know it, you all are a part of District 44. And we cover half of the state of Georgia. We've got, again, about 130 clubs. We have a whole bunch of members, about 2,600 members. I don't know, if you're new, did you know that you were part of such a large Toastmasters world? where there's so many people that are looking to help and support you and to help you develop those communication and leadership skills. Now, districts form regions because, again, Toastmasters is a global organization. And so they're covering the whole entire world. And we have 14 regions in the world. They're supported by region advisors, and we have met, or you have seen our region advisor for Region 8, Dwight Jones. And then we move forward into international directors. And they help, and international officers, and they help set the bylaws and the policies of Toastmasters International. And they pass that on to world headquarters, who helps enact that and helps put the meat to it. And those are the people that you can contact and move forward with if you have questions or you need to reach out. And so looking at this whole entire Toastmasters work, I don't know if your mind is blown, but my mind was blown when I first joined Toastmasters. And I thought, I'm part of this little club. And I learned that I fit into such a large organization of all of these like-minded people that are looking to move forward with their communication and leadership skills. And so now I want to ask a couple of questions, one question, and I'm going to stop sharing my screen so I can ask you why you think leaders are important within Toastmasters. Why do you think leaders are important? I mean, we could just all figure out in our clubs how to move forward with our Toastmasters journey, move through our paths. I see we've got, it helps provide direction for specific goals. Yes, to be guides, giving guidance. Organization, that is one of my favorite words. Oh, I love chat. Leaders offer vision and example. Exactly. Leaders create new leaders. Yes, that is one. It's not the role of a leader necessarily to create more followers, but to create more leaders. Okay, this is true. Leaders herd the cats, gather and herd the cats in a forward movement. Sometimes that is needed. Structure and balance. Oh, I love this one, Nicole. When you grow a little, you reach back to help those who are where you used to be, and you have that opportunity to inspire others. Those are all great reasons of why leaders within Toastmasters are so important, and why do we have those leaders? I'd like to move forward with describing some of the roles and responsibilities of these leadership roles that we're talking about. Because we're talking about, yes, experiential learning, you're creating and supporting in an environment that is safe. You get to work through that opportunity. You get to practice. And we'll talk a little bit about that role. So I'll start sharing my screen again. And we'll start talking about the area director roles and responsibilities. Now, I think we've got some area directors here. Do we have any area directors that are on this call? I know of one. I know of two. And can I see you waving your hand? Sakti, did I pronounce that correctly?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, awesome. Did you know that that is your team, your area team?
Yeah, the Toastmaster 4 clubs.
Yes, and you've got the club presidents and the VPMs and the VPEs.
Yes.
Yes, excellent, that make up the area council. So if we have some club presidents and club VPEs and VPMs that are on the call, you may not have known, but you make up the area council, and your area director is excited to provide that support, to provide that knowledge, to sometimes just be a listening ear. I remember when I was a club president, and sometimes I found difficulty moving forward with different aspects of my club officer roles, or moving forward in my, at the time it was the CC manual, but now it is Pathways. So moving forward in the education program. And I was able to just bend the ear of my area director and say, you know, I'm struggling a little bit, and you've been through this. Do you have any advice? Is there any, what should I do next? And they were happy to support. They were happy to give the advice. They were happy to share with what their experiences were. And that's what an area director does. Gives that support. Sometimes when Ron mentioned that sometimes you feel stuck and you're not sure where to go next. And your area director is there to help move you forward and guide you. If you're interested in being an area director, again, you get to support club members through their Toastmasters journey. And you're serving as that liaison. Sometimes as club members, we don't know what we don't know. And maybe we need additional support from the district. We need to know where to go. And the area director is there to be the link. There's a lot of other roles and responsibilities that you have as area director. But let's look at what you learn and gain. Because I heard a lot of you talk about, you wanted to learn more. You wanted more personal growth opportunities. You wanted to be a better leader and you wanted new challenges. Here is the perfect opportunity. You get to learn how to motivate people, coach and mentor, use critical thinking skills. You get to build up that portfolio that Ron mentioned earlier. You get to work in groups and problem solving and things that maybe you're responsible for doing at work, or maybe you want to learn how to do that a little better. Here is where you get to practice those skills. And sometimes you may have to adjust and pivot. It doesn't always work out the way you thought it was going to. That happens. We talked a little bit earlier about failure and being able to move from failure to failure. That's what success is. And sometimes that's what it is. Being an area director gives you that opportunity to move forward through different aspects, through different failures, through different successes, and to take those and bring that out into your real life or into the real world. One of the ways that you provide that support and guidance is with a club visit report. I know that a number of you have talked about wanting help with gaining new members, wanting help with club quality, wanting help to move forward through pathways. The area visit report that the area directors fill out helps with all of those. It gives you some feedback, gives you some advice and some guidance. And that is one of the aspects that an area director uses to communicate with the clubs. Now we move on to division director. Are there division directors on this call? I know Katrina is one. Do we have any others? Or anyone that wants to raise their hand? Or do we have any past division directors that are on? I see you, Marcia. I see you nodding your head. Would you like to come off mute?
Okay.
Okay, awesome, Marcia. Okay, I saw Barb too. Oh, and Paul, yes, I see you all. Okay, well, we'll start with Marcia. Did you know you have a division team?
Absolutely.
Yes.
I do have a great team of area directors for this year. I also served last year. So I'm redoing the role, and I've gained a lot of insight from the folks I work with.
See, Marcia came back. This is a pretty great role, and it's a great opportunity to work with leading a team, providing that guidance and advice to the team, and not necessarily doing the work, but helping others do the work. Thank you, Marcia. And I see Barb raised her hand too. We have and she is also a past and current division director. Is that correct, Barb?
Yeah, this is my third time. Third time's a charm, they always say. And yes, I have a wonderful set of area directors. I currently need an area director, so if anyone is thinking about stepping up, that would be very helpful for me. But nonetheless, we have a very good team. I even have an area director from India, which is a new learning experience for me, because we have to work through some of the challenges that he might have. And one big challenge is meeting in person with clubs that meet in person. So I need to help him with that, and I do. Our team has come together and we are moving through the challenges that we have. And it's a challenging role. Area director is a challenging role, but it's a growing role. You always learn something different than the time before. And I'm hoping that this experience can be the best experience that I've had so far as a division director.
That is awesome, Barb. Thank you so much. And I think I heard our PQD talk about we grow in uncomfortable spaces. And I loved to hear that, because yes, you do face challenges. How do you get through it? What do you do? Who do you reach out to? How do you show up when you are going through a challenge? For the division director role, you're leading and supporting your team through different kinds of challenges, different kinds of opportunities, and you're helping them through their leadership journey as you are going through your own. And so you're looking at it a little bit more globally, a little bit of more big picture. And you're looking at the clubs in your division and how you can support them, how you can help and encourage and empower your area directors to help them achieve their goals. And so you're looking a little more strategically, a little more analytically, a little more about team management and team building, and focused on delivering excellence. So this is a great opportunity, especially, you might be interested in becoming a director at work. This is a fantastic place to practice those skills. Now we move on to the senior 6. We have, and the information is listed here, but we have some elected and appointed roles. And so if you're good at finance, you can maybe become the finance manager. If you're good with organization and taking notes, there's the admin manager. Our public relations manager coordinates all the publicity. So if you're interested in that, that's an opportunity for you. The club growth director handles all the aspects of membership and marketing and club building. Our program quality director is responsible for the education and training, promoting that distinguished club program and coming out with conferences and summits such as this one to help our district and help our members move forward in their Toastmasters journey. And then we have the district director, who's responsible for overseeing all of the stuff. That's what I've said, it's overseeing all of the things, but just making sure that the district's day-to-day, all the operations and all of those aspects are taken care of, so that the senior 6, the area and district division directors can best support our club members. There are so many opportunities for you to move forward in your journey. Because again, earlier this morning, you talked about wanting to complete your path, obtain your DTM. You wanted to learn and grow. You wanted that personal development. You wanted to be a better leader. And again, I love so I think it was Licia said that they were looking for intentional growth. This is your opportunity. And my role as the district leadership committee chair is to help find leaders for the next Toastmasters year, but really it's to help you level up your skills. It's to help you move forward in your journey, to just share about the different opportunities that are available, and to maybe help you get a little unstuck. There are other additional leadership roles in the district. My role is the immediate past district director, which typically happens after you've completed the district director role. There's logistics manager, webmaster, parliamentarian, other opportunities for you to move forward. And we've talked about some of the benefits of serving as a district leader. It really, and I love this first benefit, is an opportunity to make a difference. And I can say from my own personal experience, when I served as an area director, I felt that I was able to make that difference. But even before I got to that role, I remember the area directors and division directors, the past district leaders that were making a difference in my life. And they continue to do so. Yeah, after 10 years of district leadership, they're still there, pushing, nudging, gently nudging, encouraging, empowering me to keep moving forward, to keep moving towards that second half that Ron mentioned. It's a great opportunity. We've talked about it before, the personal growth and leadership and networking, and yes, earning your DTM. It's such a great way to practice. I say to practice being uncomfortable, to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. I heard that once in a TED Talk, that acknowledging that, yes, you're going to be uncomfortable when you do new things. It happens. However, how you move forward, how you grow, how you learn, how you change, how you adjust, how you shift, that's the benefit of serving as a district leader. And so why you? This could be you. And I'm looking on my screen over here. I see people looking at me too that might just be interested. And the question becomes, are you destined to emerge? Are you ready to evolve personally and professionally? Are you ready to manifest the things that you've talked about? Are you ready to put that into action? That vision, your values, your aspirations, those things that you may have talked about to your friends, to your family, to your coworkers, or maybe just felt it within yourself. Are you ready? Are you ready to expand in all aspects of your life and career? Are you ready to realize your potential and reveal your potential? And are you ready to generate those positive outcomes, those ideas, and the impact that you have on your life and on someone else's life? I know that you're out there and you're ready to emerge, and you are destined to emerge. And are you ready to excel and leaving a legacy? Did you know that you will also leave a lasting legacy? I spoke about those past district leaders, the current district leaders, the legacy that they have left for themselves, that they have left for me. That can be you. Now, the applications or the nomination period starts on December 1st, but we wanted to start early to make sure that you had an opportunity to ask questions, that you felt comfortable in learning more about what these roles are. And so I want to take a quick opportunity to see if you have any questions, and I'm going to stop sharing. And see any questions. And I know you started us off, Katrina, with a great question. Okay, so there are no questions. So I think that means that you might be ready. I might be receiving some applications, but you can email me at dlc@d44toastmasters.org. If you're interested, if you just want to know more about the role. And I do see one question, division director is an elected position. Yes, it is an elected position. You do have to fill out some paperwork. You do have to meet certain criteria, and you do have to be elected by the district council. So this was part one of our 4-part workshop series, and the next workshop will go into more detail about the criteria, about what you need to be able to serve in the different elected or appointed positions. And you'll have an opportunity to ask more questions. You will also have a neat opportunity to club presidents and VPEs to perhaps nominate someone else in your club. Maybe they don't see it within themselves, but you see it. You know that they can take on this role. You know that they're excited, but maybe a little nervous, maybe scared. Maybe they have imposter syndrome. Maybe they feel like they can't move forward, but you might see that in them. And so you'll have an opportunity to nominate those members as well. And I think I'm at my time. Is the red, is it the red or am I past my time? But again, you can email me at dlc@d44toastmasters.org if you have further questions. And back to you, Tanisha.